Are Poisoned Wind Mortars any good? The real challenge isn't figuring out whether they're good, it's how to keep them from destroying your army along with the enemy. More of a challenge than usual. Please like, subscribe, comment, and donate Warpstone to my Ko-fi page, if you are so inclined. Thank you. The Mortar team comes in with only 12 models on Ultra, with 3,936 health between them, so the health itself isn't inferior to other weapon teams. Recruit cost is 1100 base in campaign with an upkeep of 275. Armor is 70, leadership is 50, speed is 38, and all of the melee stats are on par with other weapon teams or field artillery, so I won't dwell. Melee is death for them. Simple as that. Ammunition is listed as 14. Because the range is a whopping 250 meters, they will begin to unload long before a field army has closed its distance, or alternatively, standing on walls conveniently perched for your high arcing shots. I've said about some units, this isn't a mortar. Well, this unit is a mortar, just with 12 models firing smaller rounds, but still filthy and disgusting. Officially listed as Missile Strength 59, and these are magical attack and inflict the same poisoned wind effect as the Globadiers, which is recent because for a while those Globadiers did not inflict such an effect, only the mortars. Missile base damage on impact is 8, and armor piercing is 46, so a lucky direct hit leaves a mark. Explosion base damage is 12 and explosion armor piercing is 16, with a detonation radius of 6. That's why I said this is a mortar. The detonation radius makes it much better at dealing with blobs than anything else. In fact, one might argue it's rather bad at dealing with anything else but blobs. Reload time is 14, which is very artillery of them. Total accuracy is 20, the standard starting value. Calibration distance is 175, so they're extra inaccurate past that range, and calibration area is 300, meaning there is a lot of spread for this unit. The irony is that there's not all that much to say about the unit because what you see is what you get. You have a heavily focused infantry destroyer, but infantry rushing at you across open ground will be relatively safe. Aside from poking an enemy to the point of compelling such a rush, you need things to blob up. Preferably, you want expendable troops or single entities with immortality to blob the other side into a killing zone, at which point the mortars are far superior, unit for unit, at crushing them than your traditional artillery. Having said that, take warp fire throwers. Completely unbuffed, it's very difficult for you to run out of ammunition before you run out of warm bodies or the enemy runs out of intact units. In comparison, the mortars open early for business and close before sunset. They'll run out of precious poisoned ammunition swiftly. Of course, that's where our buffs come in. In the Lord Redline skills, Blastmaster is what we want, giving you a maximum of plus 20% ammunition and 8% reload time reduction for Poisoned Wind mortars. Warp Smart gives rank 7 vets plus 5 leadership, plus 12% missile strength, and 15% spell resistance, which are good things for you. In the tech tree, Enormous Caches reduces upkeep a little and jacks up ammunition by 25%, while Ensure Product Quality jacks up range 10% and missile strength 10%, and Reject Poor Recruits adds plus 2 to recruit rank. The increases to ammo, range, and missile strength are especially impactful. No need for me to repeat myself here, but Warlock Engineers are amazing for the faction, and every mortar unit wants one nearby, especially when extra powder buffs are adding to your damage. So how do you stop these units from annihilating your own army? Well, to reiterate, either fire long range or use all your usual tools for pinning stuff, like Menace Below units, to let your mortars do work. Past that, Skaven do not lack for characters to spam. Spam some, and let them go to work drawing aggro. More often than not, you will run out of ammo, and you're just hoping that the units have more than carried their own weight in Warpstone. Unless you're fighting a Primeval Glory army, they probably have. Take care, and have fun launching chemical weapons from a very safe distance. It's a Skaven thing.